The ancient philosopher Seneca once asked, why do we postpone ourselves? And he said, while we're postponing, life passes us by. And that's one of those timeless questions, right? And we dream, we plan, and we tell ourselves we'll get to it someday. And the problem with that is someday keeps slipping away, and then we're left wondering why we never took action. Welcome back to another episode of Sweat Talk. My name is Chad. Today I want to give my thoughts on why we continuously postpone ourselves. I want to give my view on why we keep procrastinating, becoming a better version of ourselves. And most importantly, how I believe we can overcome it. So why do we postpone? Why do you think you postpone? What do you think it is about progress that scares us, that delays us, that sets us back, that's holding us down from progressing? Is it fear? Is it distraction? Is it self-doubt? Is it fear of success? We distract ourselves with social media and noise, or we see endless tasks. We might even see things as a trivial pursuit. All that noise that we're distracted from all the time, it has a tendency to make forward progress seem trivial. So in our minds, we already make it up as pursuing progress, pursuing a better version of ourselves is in fact a trivial pursuit. And then deep down inside, there's a belief that it's meaningless, or that we're meaningless. There might be a belief that we're not ready yet, or we're not deserving. And the way that I see it is postponing is subtle, it's slow, because we don't just sit down and consciously decide. We don't just decide, no, I'll avoid this dream. It sneaks in, slow and quiet over time, and we'll believe it. So we trick ourselves into believing that the timing isn't right, or I'll get to it someday. I'll do it when everything settles down, or I'll do it when the timing is perfect. I still have more that I have to analyze. I still have more risk that I have to overanalyze. And we find ourselves in an endless cycle of analysis paralysis. But here's the reality. While we're stuck in this cycle, overanalyzing everything and waiting for the perfect timing, life doesn't stop. Life keeps going, and the timing will never be perfect. Every day we wait is another day we lose. And that's why Seneca's words hit so hard for me. Because while we're postponing and waiting for that perfect opportunity, life just speeds us by. And I say it all the time, the moments that we let slip by, we can never get back. And we think that we have time, but in reality, life isn't waiting for us, and it's not going to stop. I hope by now you guys understand what the problem is, and since we've established it, what can we do to fix it? What can we do to stop postponing ourselves? And let's think about how to start living. You can start by slowing down your mind. Start by learning how to slow down your mind. Those constant racing thoughts that just seem endless, those debilitating, endless racing thoughts, the self-doubt, the worry, the what-ifs. You jump from one task to another task that starts another worry. But when you begin to slow down your mind, you begin to be able to focus. You'll be able to gain clarity of your thoughts in your mind. I manage doing this by thoughts and prayer, or by meditation and prayer. You don't have to be religious to pray. Meditation doesn't have to be difficult. It could be 5 minutes a day with a simple breathing technique. Whether you're religious or not, just taking a couple minutes to slow down, calm your mind, and regain that mental clarity and center yourself is extremely powerful. The way I see prayer is, I'm not a religious person, but it gives me the opportunity to connect with something that's more powerful than me. I do believe in God. If you are religious, good. You probably have a leg up on this one, and it's easy for you to pray. Meditation is going to give you the opportunity to declutter your mind, organize a bit, tap into your subconscious mind, and get rid of all that noise and clutter that you've been building up over the years. But the fact is that both of them give you space to breathe and reset. And neither one of them has to take a while. Neither one of them has to be long at all. Learn how to embrace solitude, not isolation, and know that there's a difference between the two. Understand that when I say solitude, I'm not talking about isolation. Isolation is more running from everything and hiding from your fears. Isolation it's avoidance, but solitude is intentional, and it's about stopping. It's about directing and carving out time that you just absolutely enjoy. Solitude is an intentional time where you reflect and you're able to ask yourself questions like, what am I avoiding? What am I postponing? Why am I afraid to start? Solitude helps you find the purpose behind your goals, and it gives you the mental space to plan without distraction. It gives you the ability to take small, purposeful action. And that leads me to the next thing that you can do, which is take small, purposeful action. Take those small steps with direction, because a lot of times we're overwhelmed by the big picture. We think we need to have it all figured out in the beginning. We think we need to have it all figured out to begin, but in all actuality, we don't. Just break it down and focus on today. Focus on this second, this minute, this hour, the next 10, 12 hours, this day, this week, this month, so that you can grow to be able to see, understand, and realize the big picture where it does not become overwhelming. Because any action that you take, big or small, is progress. The momentum that you experience from the small wins begins to fuel you, eventually becomes rocket fuel, creating the momentum and discipline that propels you forward. The small steps show you the consistency. It shows you that progress doesn't require perfection. It just requires consistency. It shows you that showing up consistently for yourself will demonstrate itself with gains that you can see and realize. But you just have to learn how to be patient. And when you're patient, once you learn how to be patient, you have to keep going. And you have to be persistent. You have to show up even though nobody's watching. Anybody that's ever started a YouTube channel, they can attest to this. You have to keep showing up even when nobody's watching. You have to keep going. And you have to learn how to be patient with yourself. Nothing good comes easy. Anything that's worth doing isn't going to happen overnight. And no longer postponing yourself is definitely worth it. We live in a world of instant gratification. Amazon next day or 2-day shipping. We're able to go to any social media website and develop that instant cheap rush of dopamine. We're able to instantly feel that gratitude, or that self gratification, I should say, that we believe might be gratitude, but in all actuality, all it's doing is stealing your mind. So because of that, it's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to get discouraged when we don't see the results right away. Think of it like a seed or a plant. When you plant that seed, it takes a while before you begin to see the results, and that plant starts to grow, because you are that seed. The positive information that you're consuming, the positive personal development that you're seeking, it takes a minute, but you're slowly planting more and more seeds. You're slowly taking more and more action to the version of yourself that you truly want to be. And the longer you let that seed germinate, the bigger and more beautiful you will grow. And just because you can't see the growth yet, or the growth instantly, doesn't mean that it's not happening. It doesn't mean to stop. So be patient, but also be persistent, and keep showing up, keep doing the work, one day at a time. Just like the 12-steppers say, keep coming back. It works if you work it. And one day you'll be able to look back and realize just how far you've come. You don't have to journal it. You don't have to write it down. You'll just be able to look back at where you were like 6 months ago, a year ago, a month ago, and you're going to see those results. So why do we postpone ourselves? It's because of fear, distraction, and self-doubt. But it doesn't have to be that way. It's only going to be that way if you let it. You have to realize it first. You have to realize what those fears are. You have to realize that one of the biggest distractions in your life is probably that phone that you're watching this video on. Yo, this trail is something. I keep picking some doozies. Talking about distractions. I know it's kind of hard. It's hard for me to wrap my head around, but I've actually ran into a couple of you guys. I've actually run into 3 subscribers now out on my normal trails. I went out on one trail, and right from the video, the guy knew exactly what trail I was on. I don't know if that's who I ran into or not, but that's extremely distracting. I think it's amazing. I think it's wonderful. It's incredible that I can have that kind of a reach. Just a normal dude going out on a hike, sharing his thoughts and life experiences, can have enough of a reach where people actually know the trails that I'm on, that I hike quite regularly. But I have to be able to get into a state of flow, and I can't afford the distractions, because if I'm distracted, I won't be able to make my thoughts won't be where I need them to be, I won't be able to be in the state of flow that I need to be. I have to meditate before I make one of these videos every time. I have to concentrate and focus so that I can just release my words. And those distractions, it makes it extremely difficult, but I'm extremely grateful that I can have that kind of a reach. But I tell you what, the first time meeting you guys, that was weird. Somebody you've never seen before, knows who you are, knows your name, knows what you're doing, complete stranger. It's an awesome feeling, but it still sets me back. It throws me back, like, how do I handle this situation? So slow your mind, take small steps, and be patient. The life you want, the person you want to be, you can have it all. You just have to stop postponing yourself. And you're going to do that by taking action every single day. It's like Seneca said, while we're postponing, life speeds by. So that's all I got for today, guys. I appreciate you showing up. Thank you for all the support that you guys have been giving me and the channel, all the positivity and encouragement. It means the world to me. You guys help me prevent postponing making these videos every single day. Because I'm here to tell you, it's easy to do, it's easy to allow. It's easy to allow those limiting beliefs and that negative self-talk make its way into my mind, just like we all do. Nobody is impervious to it. It's just some people are able to take action. But I appreciate each and every one of you, and I can't thank you enough. So that's all I got for today, guys. Peace.